Hey guys, welcome back. So we're all pretty hyped up about this new update coming out next week. I know we're all a little surprised too because of all the Berserk hype, and I'm sure there are a few of you that were like, ah, no way, it's not going to be Berserk, there's not enough units, it's totally One Piece. To those guys, congrats, you were right, here's a cookie. Anyway, so what I wanted to do today while I'm sitting here grinding this infinite, I was doing the daily and this video idea just came to me while I was doing it. But anyway, let's sit and kind of just theorize what these new units are gonna be. So I've taken some screenshots and of the video, and I kind of want to talk about what we saw and what a good way of predicting what the unit might be is. So the first one I want to talk about, obviously, is gear for Luffy Boundman or Bounceman. So the first thing we see of this Luffy is, obviously you can see all of the fists here. It's going to be a Gatling gun. This is probably not his final attack. It's probably just one of his earlier attacks, but it's definitely going to be a multi-hit, because why would a Gatling gun not be multi-hit? Obviously. But what I want to focus on is his final attack, which is probably going to be this one, where he jumps into the air and uses his King Kong gun, which you can see here, right? He has the King Kong gun. And with this King Kong gun, I'm imagining he's going to obviously punch the ground. And I think if there's going to be any full AoE unit this update, I think it's going to be Luffy. And I know, hang on. I know you might be thinking, but Sed, but Birdcage, you know? Birdcage, have you not seen the Birdcage? Yes, I know. Let me cook a little bit, okay? Just give me like a little bit to explain. King Kong gun being full AoE makes a lot of sense, because I feel like it would be a little difficult for this AoE to just be bouncing all over the place, whereas being in the same spot and smacking down the same spot would be, I feel like, a little easier. I feel like it would just make more sense for him to hit the spot like that he's standing on and just have a giant AoE kind of erupt from the ground, you know, kind of like a little earthquake or something. Is it just going to be full AoE, or do I think there's going to be something more? I feel like full AoE would be okay, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say maybe it stuns. You know, just due to the sheer force of his power, I could see this either slowing units or stunning units. I don't think it will in the end, just because that would be too much to give a unit. But we all know power creep is real, and it's, yeah. So I do believe that Luffy will be a full AoE unit at max upgrade, fully evolved. Next, I want to talk about who you guys think is probably the full AoE unit. However, don't think Doflamingo is going to be full AoE. So here, check this out, okay? So Doflamingo will use his move towards the end here. And if you take a look at that, okay? Just take a look. See the threads? So the threads are going in front of him, right? If he were to be full AoE, I feel like the threads would have to have like gone to him. Does that make sense? Like the threads would be converging in on Doflamingo, but however, these ones are coming out in front of him, which leads me to believe that there's a good chance that his birdcage is going to be like an AoE that he sends out to a spot. He's going to be a giant, maybe it's a big AoE, maybe it's not. It looks like it's going to be pretty big just from this picture. This could be like a big AoE that goes, you know, just that has, it's like, for example, Greed, right? His AoE is pretty massive. Frieza's AoE is also really massive, something like that. I'm imagining that it's a big AoE that's targeted on a unit and then everything around it will get hit as well. And something else I want to think, I'm thinking that he'll do is, I believe he's going to apply bleed. I think that he'll be a bleed unit because, you know, of his fruit is like razor sharp, and him applying bleed to units would make sense. Or they're just gonna, you know, add an entirely new effect for him. But I do think Doflamingo will not be full AoE just based on that like 1 second clip. Yeah, I know the birdcage looks like this and it looks like it would be perfect for a full AoE thing, and usually it does converge on him, but in this case I'm not 100% sure. Just from that clip, it's making me doubt it a little bit, but I'd love to be wrong. You know, being wrong is completely fine. This is just a theorizing video, right guys? Right? Anyway, moving on to the next unit that they show. The next unit is Law, and Law has the room, right? He has his room ability. This room ability also not full AoE. As you can tell, it looks like he's going to be targeting, and then it looks freaking massive though. Wherever it's going to be targeting is going to be decimating just about anything in that area, which is great. But I do believe Law will be maybe a support type unit. And the reason I think this is I think he might be another type of Sukuna. Because, as you know, he has the ability to, you know, remove someone's heart, right? Law room One Piece heart. And this makes me think that he will be able to apply a damage debuff on enemies, in that your units will be doing more physical damage to them, or maybe even magical damage. I want to say it's going to be physical, because we already have Merlin who came out recently, and it's been a while since Sukuna came out, like 5 months now. I do believe that he will be applying a physical debuff on the enemy that allows your physical units to do more damage to them. He might also slow people inside of the room. But those are the only logical things I could think of. And from here, as you can tell, right, not full AoE, but it's just going to be giant. I'm excited to see his animations though. I love seeing what people do with the room in various games that Law is in. So super excited about that too. Next, oh, that was a nice voice crack. Next, we have Fujitora. So for Fujitora, I believe that he's going to be Tatsumaki 2.0, which makes sense, right? He will be using his fruit to manipulate gravity like he does. And the only thing I can think of gravity doing are, I guess the only two things I can think of gravity doing are either slowing units, or I could see him doing something like knocking them back with his meteor, right? Because as we all know, Fujitora has a giant meteor. We know he has a meteor. It's like his signature thing that's like, oh, it's the super cool meteor guy. But I believe that this meteor will be very similar to how Tatsumaki's meteor works. And that's not a bad thing. I think Tatsumaki is a great unit, but if this unit can do what Tatsumaki does but better, by all means. Like I said, gravity could also mean he slows the units down. You know, like increasing gravity makes it harder to move. Doesn't necessarily mean you'll be knocking someone back, but he will be able, I'm thinking it's either slow or knockback. What do you guys think? I think both are a very plausible case for him. Not both at the same time, but one or the other. So Fujitora, I'm saying like 70% chance slow, 30% chance knockback, and his final move is like 110% a meteor. This might even be him like summoning the meteor. I don't know, but actually it's probably not, because we can see the purple AoE in front of him. But I believe his final attack will definitely be a meteor of some sort. And if it's not a meteor, anything he does will definitely be some sort of slow. Will he become a meta slow that replaces Yoshino and Emily? I'm not sure about that. Because the slow probably won't be until something he gets after he's evoed, but that'll be something we have to see next weekend. Next, I can't really think much more for Sabo other than the fact that he will be a burn unit. Will he overtake Itachi? Will he overtake the Endeavor and Itachi meta of like the best, like the two burn units that are argued? Like, oh, who should I get? Should I get Itachi? Should I get Endeavor? Should I get Sabo? He has recently been coined Emperor of Flames, Flame Emperor Sabo. So that's a huge title, and maybe he'll get that here. From the video, he kind of jumps into the air and looks like he's throwing something at the ground, which leads me to think that he is going to be a target AoE thing similar to like Frieza, similar to what I thought or what I think Dofi will be, and similar to what I'm thinking Law is going to be. It looks like he's going to be chucking flames at the ground, and it's probably going to be a giant circle AoE. Could be a cone. It's really hard to tell here based on this angle of what we're seeing in Sabo, but I do believe that he will be giving Itachi a run for his money, because Itachi has been holding the crown for quite a while now. Mangekyo Relic is going to be something that might be used on this guy too. Speaking of relics, by the way, I do believe that they are long overdue for a new relic. So the Mangekyo Eye came out with the Naruto raid. However, the Lost Vein came out with the, I believe that was with the Escanor update, was it not? Or was it with just the 7 Deadly Sins update? I don't remember exactly, but what I'm trying to say is the new relic came out, or the Lost Vein relic came out, not on a raid update. So this update could very well bring in a new relic. I don't know what it could be. I really don't know what it could be. Maybe it's the One Piece. I don't know, but that would be really cool. I want to spend my relic shards finally. I've been grinding Daki for forever, it seems, and I'm at 20 and I don't want to use my money. Yeah. Last but not least, Usopp. So if we're looking here, right? This is a pop green. 100% it's a pop green. And what I'm believing is Usopp is going to be a hybrid on placement unit, or something that gets upgraded into hybrid. I feel like if like Toshiro, yeah, Toshiro, right? The Hitsugaya. If Hitsugaya was hybrid on placement, he could be placed on hill or on ground. Usopp should definitely be like that too, right? There's no reason he shouldn't be like that. He has a sniper, he is a sniper with the slingshot. And I believe that what he'll do is, with these pop greens, maybe it's just going to be an animation, but I think it would be pretty cool if he could attack and it leaves in an AoE circle, like these monsters that like kind of like take place there. You know how Metal Knight has the drones that he summons? I'm thinking that Usopp will be able to do something similar to that, where he summons them away from him though. I think it would be really cool. I like the unique effects, and if they could add that to the game, that would be really cool. So Usopp will probably have high range, and I'm thinking he's going to be hybrid on placement. I guess I can't say for sure because he's placed on the ground here, but it just makes sense to me, right? If he is a marksman, it makes sense that he could hit air. Anyway, he's going to be using pop greens. It looks like his shiny skin's probably going to be Soge King, like 99.9% sure it'll be that. And something I'm a little upset about is it doesn't look like they have any representation for Zoro here. Maybe he'll be like a secret unit or something in the update if they have portals added, but I have no idea. Anyway, those are my theories for it. I'm hyped up for the update. I'll be streaming the update as I always do, and I hope to see you guys there. Thank you guys so much for staying this long. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And yeah, see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching.